man's.
Oh, my fault.
What's good, YouTube? I'm Natty Babs. That's your Baz. Week 15 in the books. How you doing, son?
Feeling good, man. Birthday was yesterday, 27. Feel good about that. Thank God every day. Uh, we finally got Twitter on this, so YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, or X. So if you're watching new, we the BaptisteBros. We talk about football and we vibe out. So for me, feeling good. Me and Nacho were in a dynasty league in NCAA college football, and your boy won the Natty UTSA. Let's go! Shout out to the Roadrunners, man. But as you mentioned, Week 15 happened, came and went. Some nail biting finishes, some belt to ass moments. But before we talk about it, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend. And let's go. Thursday. Low. It was just a low game. The vibes were off. It was raining. It was ugly weather. But the Rams beat the Niners. Not math. I don't think mathematically eliminate the Niners, but in all intents and purposes, like they're pretty much done because the Packers, the Vikings, Commanders, Rams, Seattle, even the Cardinals, all teams have better records than the 49ers. So, but in terms of this game, it proved a couple things. One, that you should not be paying Purdy 60 M's. No. It proved that Debo should definitely stop talking on Twitter because as soon as he started talking, they're not using me enough. But he led the league he led the team in targets. He had a slant in his hands and he drops it, and that's really like a running touchdown. And he drops it, so it's like being humble, and you can't fault the defense. Like Fred Warner playing on a broken ankle, like it's like little things like that where he's showing up. Nick Bosa showing up. Mofunga, he had a pick drop, but he's wearing a club because I think he broke his wrist or something. So it's like they're making the attempts to play. And then Cooper Cup didn't ever do anything. It was Puka Nakua. Look, shout out to Cooper Cup. I'm playing against him in the fantasy football playoff, and he had nothing. So he helped me win round one. Like it for this week, somehow it's like 2 weeks. It's stupid. I don't know. But the main thing about this is Devondre Campbell, him leaving the game. But I don't. Everyone was ripping him to shreds, rightfully so. I don't think you should. Like, you don't hit him with the nah. I don't really feel like it. Like, nah, like that's kind of weak.
Like, especially in that locker room. Like when you read what happened in that locker room, we got like Ricky Pearsall was literally shot.
Yep.
Fred Warner had a broken ankle this entire season. Has been balling out. Trent Williams, rest in peace, his stillborn twins. They wife gave birth and they passed away. Rest in peace. And like he still is playing. So it's like, yeah, I get it. Things happen and life has happened. But Dre Greenlaw literally tore his Achilles like in the overtime of the Super Bowl. He worked his ass off to get healthy for a playoff push. Yeah, of course you're gonna take a back seat to the guy whose starting job it actually is. What are we talking about here? Like what like and then he got upset about it. It's like, bro, like
But like things like that, it ruins your reputation because like literally even if you had won or lost you that game, you were on a 1-year contract. Teams see like your career is done because they see this and they're like, oh yeah, we don't want you in our locker room because of all the things you mentioned, the sacrifices that these players would make. They make a choice every single day to play football, and you choose not to. Same thing with Deontay Johnson. You choose to be in your feelings and to not play when your team needs you. It's crazy. It's crazy work. So shout out to the Rams, and then Seattle lost, so now they're first place in the division. So hey, shout out to the Rams, man.
yeah, I got one of those side. This was one of those lull games, like Lol, well, be asleep. I didn't even finish it. I didn't even watch it, to be honest. Like, I don't remember whatever happened in this game. I know it was great. I know it was gross. I know it was rain. I know when it push came to shove. Sorry, when push came to shove, Kyrie Williams and the running game for the Rams took care of business. They ran the ball down the Niners' throat, and that's something like the Rams just dropped 40 last week, and it's okay to go literally 4 days later and play a totally different game. That gotta give credit to Sean McVay, gotta give credit to that tired, and gotta give credit to the defense. Your defense just dropped 40 against Buffalo, which again, there's no shame in that. Buffalo it's probably the best offense in the league. So it's like, okay, you drop 40 1 week, and then 4 days later, your defense locks in and you only give up 6 points. Like, kudos to the entire prep staff, kudos to everybody. So yeah, and then for the Niners, we already talked, like, they're essentially eliminated. They need a lot of different things to break their way. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I don't know. Next, uh, Cowboys beat the Panthers. Bryce Young struggles. Yeah, Cowboys technically still not out of it either. Obviously, they need a lot more help. They need a lot of help. They need teams to start like upsets to happen galore. Um, the Panthers were riding high for like the last month and a half. They were playing fantastic football. You'd wish some of them more of those got turned into wins.
Mm.
Unfortunately, they didn't. But like, they have been playing fantastic football for a month and a half now. You have a bad day. You have a bad day. Like, that's like, this game wasn't showing much on Red Zone. I didn't really care for it. I mean, I just want the Cowboys to be eliminated, but not next week. I need them to beat the Bucks. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But yeah, man, it's a situation where you just you got nothing else to say. It's just it happened. The Cowboys win.
That's it. Like offensively, they didn't really do much. It was more like the defense. Like they kept Bryce Young rattled and couple interceptions, couple forced fumbles. Like and the next thing you know, they short field and Cooper Rush just not messing it up, and then you get a win. So big shout out to the Cowboys. Unfortunately, the Panthers, you are officially eliminated. So that's fun, but it's okay. You guys could definitely play spoiler to a lot of teams. So we shall see how that goes. Yeah, like Cowboys, like you mentioned, Natural, they're not out of it yet. But if the Commanders win, then pretty much all these other teams are done. Uh, so we'll see. We'll have to wait. Mahomes got hurt, but the Chiefs still win. I think that's the story of the game. Jameis threw 4 interceptions, and it was bad. Like that we knew the hype of Jameis. Like he was going like push the ball down the field and give team opportunities for the offense to put up points, but you knew he was going to throw interceptions. Nick Chubb broke his foot, so I'm like, damn. Strictly coming right after he broke his leg. He plays a couple games, a couple months, and he breaks his foot. So you gotta definitely feel for Nick Chubb there. Um, the defense allowed 21. Like that's honestly not bad. Like they got to Mahomes a lot. And if you're the offensive lineman for the Chiefs, you're like on the play that he got hurt. It wasn't really the offensive lineman's fault. Mahomes, he tried to make something happen, and it was like a freak play. A dude fell on his ankle, high ankle sprain. But like that entire game, like Myles Garrett was on his ass. So it's like it comes to show you, like, yo, bro, like if the Chiefs want a three-peat, they really have to make improvements schematically on the tackles. Like they got to put an extra tight end in there to block. I don't know. Andy Reid will figure it out. But 21, but now they play like Houston, Chiefs, Steelers, Ravens. 3 games in 10 days. That's been the story for the last couple weeks. Like, what do you do? Do you sit Mahomes against Houston and then play him Christmas? Or do you play him on Christmas and then sit him again? Do you play him against Houston and sit him on Christmas? It was like, what do you do there? Like you're in a dilemma where if it was me, if I could play, if I could play, I'd try to do both. Obviously, not feasible. I'd be more scared to play Houston strictly because TJ Watt hurt his ankle. So
Yeah.
he might not play against the Ravens. But
Mhm.
for Houston, Daniil Hunter got 10 plus sacks. Will Anderson got 10 plus sacks. They're coming off the edge, and your weakest unit is your tackles. So that's like matchup wise, you leave a lot to be desired. So
Yeah.
start
Nah,
urgent alert. Falcons to start Will Penix Jr. That's lit. That is lit. Let's go. But Chiefs win. Mahomes got hurt. That's the story. What you got to add to that?
same. It sucks that Jameis Winston, man. The story of Jameis. That's the story of Jameis, man. Like, I got like, he had some high highs, but man, like the defense did their job. They only hold them to 21 points, but as soon as they keep driving, as soon as they have a chance to make something happen, interception, boom. Chiefs find another way to win. Mahomes gets hurt. I So people are like, "Oh, what should they do?" So here's the thing, right? They're still 2 games above Buffalo, right?
Mhm.
So 2 games above, and 3 weeks to go. What you can do, but here's the thing: Buffalo plays Patriots twice and the Jets in between. So it's like, you would want the Patriots to play spoiler because as soon as the Bills lose 1 game, it's GG's. They clinched the 1 seed. So you play until you clinch the 1 seed, and then you rest. And then like that's essentially what you do. That's what I would do. You play until you clinch the 1 seed. Once you get the 1 seed wrapped up, then it's over. Then you sit, then you rest. Because high ankle sprains for anyone is a dangerous sentence. But for Mahomes, he has those Curry ankles. If you know, you know. Early season Curry just kept getting hurt, kept getting ankle injuries. But somehow, somebody he overcame those and became Steph Curry, right? So I just think that Mahomes needs to be safe. He needs to take a care. But telling an athlete to not play is like telling a fish to not like swim. It's like especially an athlete like Mahomes, he's gonna want to play because in his nature. He wants to showcase why he's the goat. He's gonna
Mhm.
win teams. He doesn't feel like the opposite of the Devondre Campbell situation. Like, oh, I'm quitting on my team if you don't know. But we understand if it's for injury, we fans and players understand that if you're not playing because you're hurt, that's one thing. So I don't know. I would have him sit at least one of these 2 games. Me personally, probably sit the Pittsburgh game. Hell, you could probably, to be honest, Houston. And I shout out to Nick right earlier. He's like, Chris Jones could probably beat Houston himself, like because they can't block for shit, and their pass rush for Kansas City is awesome.
Mhm.
So hell, you can have just CJ Stroud just lose to the defense, like call it a day. But I don't know. I think they make the right decision. Now the right decision, that's something that Tua does not know. Picks,
Nah, three
four
picks, one forced
three
fumble.
picks, 1 fumble. I apologize. 4 total turnovers. Tua turned the ball over, bro. Like we like people call you that nickname and like joking around with it, but bro, you turned the ball over in a game you had to win. On the road, you had to win this game to keep your very faint playoff hopes alive, and you lose. And because of you. Like there's no no, your defense held the Texans to 20 points. They had some turnovers of themselves. They gave you multiple chance after chance after chance after chance. You fumbled the bag. Like, and it's sad. It's sad the fact that like they couldn't get anything going offensively, nothing at all. Like I know the Texans have the second rate, like they have the second best pass rusher in all of football. They have the second. They're second in league in sacks, which again would then not think about that when I like start Houston Texans. Like our like person that we kind of gave up, like yo, Will Anderson, you was a top 3 pick. Where's your like? What are you doing? Like, where's high expectations? He showed up. He's showing up and showing out. CJ Stroud is just sophomore slumping right now. So, man, this game sucks. Sucks for the Dolphins, man. You have a faint playoff hopes, and then they're basically gone. They're basically gone.
Uh, this bothered me for multiple reasons. One, because I have two starting in fantasy. Because prior to this, he was on a heater. He was cooking. Like every single team he was like dominating. And this game, you throw 3 picks, you get forced fumbled. You ran out and you try like every time I fear for his life because every time he tries to like run for the first down and he slides late, I'm like, yo, what is he doing? Like you have to, like the defense, and he's so lucky he's not playing in the era of Ryan Clark, Ray Lewis, and them boys. Cause they see your ass slacking like that, you gonna end up like the wide receiver that got carried off the field. And that's also why I'm mad to him because he threw that ball to him. Like as a quarterback, your job is one to win games, two to help to basically like keep your receivers from not getting those kinds of hits upon them. Like Olave has not played in like 2 months because of a hospital ball that Derek Carr gave him. This kid, second year player, may never play again because of a ball that Tua threw him. And he's usually so accurate, which is the crazy part. Tyreek with a four, that's Tua too. Tua only throwing it to Jonnu Smith, which helps my fantasy team because I have Jonnu Smith. Shout out to waiver wire. But like Tyreek Hill, Waddle got hurt. Like he only do check down, and you're in a dome. Like I know Derek Stingley is like that for real, but he's the only one on the back end, really. So they got to really get together. They're probably done. But we'll see. Hey, until they're mathematically eliminated, you never know. You never know. Elko, we good, man. We good. Our birthday was yesterday, so tell us happy belated birthday. We just turned 27, so we lit. Yeah. Jets win surprisingly high scoring matchup against Jacksonville. Like I was like, oh, because it was like a low scoring and affair in the first half. Second half, shots. I'm like, okay. Brian Thomas. That's another person I'm waving my flag for. Because he's nice. Like Neighbors is cool, but Neighbors gets high volume. Like you force feed him like 10 times. He gonna break one open. Brian Thomas, he'll do more with less. And he's excelling in Jacksonville. Uh Shout out to him. Devontae, just a prime Devontae Adams moment, prime Devontae Adams game, and Aaron Rodgers is cooked. That last quarter, man, that was like vintage. But now it's like the illusion. He's gonna put the Jets on the Genjutsu, like, oh, this is what happens when you give it time, and now they're gonna maybe restart the whole process. The same. I'm like, bro, no, like that's because remember fucking trying to find the right example. Yu Yu Hakusho, when Genkai gave Yusuke her power, she still had a little some left.
Yeah,
Little bit, enough for a little spirit wave. But in reality, like you knew it was over. And then Taguro knew that and he put her in the pack.
it's like All Might versus All for One.
Perfect. Another perfect.
His final fight with All for One was like, oh, like United States of Smash. Like he switched to power, boom, power pose, and then he had to have a whole soup and all that shit just to fight, in the final war type shit.
Like it's just no. Devontae, he still got it. I think he still got it. But because he's not really explosive, he's like a route runner extraordinaire. So you got that. He can get himself open. He can always have a job. He got to go to a team like, nah, I'm not saying Tennessee because Tennessee is where people go to die, where people's careers go to die. But like, I got to see who gets like New York, the other New York,
Hmm.
like it goes to the Giants if they draft Shador. You got Malik Neighbors on one side, Devontae Adams on the other side. Like, hey, that ain't bad. But I don't know, man. Jacksonville, they perfectly executed the tank. Like you play well to win, but then you lose the game at the end. Like, you pull the rug up. Like, I gotcha. So it's like they doing their job. They trying. RIP getting caught. Elku know about the you Hawker show, man. I knew you was a goat, man.
To be honest, man, the Jets should have lost this game. Jackson, but back someone, I think I saw something on Twitter. It's like Mac Jones is like the most confident bad quarterback of all time. It's like he's doing the Rizzler shit after a first down. Like he's just doing a lot of dumb shit. It's like, bro, you're not that guy. Like, you're not that guy, pal. What are you doing? So I don't know. I just think that at the end of the day, they're both teams suck. Both teams suck. Like, take ball, take ball. Oh, Shabazz. Saints keep it close, but the Commanders win 20-19. Taylor two halves. First off, Saints had like 8 sacks, which I was like, Saints? My Saints? 8 sacks? Huh? In this economy in 2024? Cam Jordan had two of them things in this economy?
And this economy is crazy.
Oh man. Tail two halves. Firstly, we didn't have Jake Hayner. Go be a car salesman, man. Like you not a quarterback, man. You're not a quarterback, man. I think he had a total of 4 yards in the first half. So I'm bored. I'm on it because this game was so bad for me in the beginning. Me and Shabazz playing EA college football. And I'm like, I have to try to find a game on my phone. I'm like, bro, I don't even care about this game, man. The Commanders ran the ball well. They can't take ball control. Our Commander tried his best. He had a fantastic touchdown grab, by the way. But then in the fourth quarter, it was 20-7. They had a 98% chance to win. We go down the field, score a touchdown, go kick a field goal. We kick a field goal, touchdown, touchdown. People are they had a little clock mishap. Fair. We probably would have like 1 second left on the clock, so it really didn't matter. That's fine. I loved the fact that we went for two. One, you have nothing to lose. You have everything to win and nothing to lose. Yes, you're at home. That's fine. The Commanders were playing down the competition. They have the better quarterback. They have the better, I would say, overall defense. They have better weapons. They have better everything. And it was only a matter of time. If they got another chance in overtime, they were probably going to win the game. So we, scrappy underdogs, were 7.5-point dogs at home, which is wild to me. The fall from grace. But man, we had a chance. Again, I said this, I will stand by it. Darren Rizzi, fantastic. Love the nuts on the table. We're going to win this game. I just hate the play call. I hate the fact when you roll left or roll right, you eliminate half of the field immediately. Like, that's just, I cannot stand, especially in the goal line situation, rolling left or rolling right. You eliminate, your field of view is already small. And when you roll right, you narrow it down even more. It's a bad play call. Juwan Johnson, you want a contract, you got to make that catch. Got to make that catch. It's a hit. It hits his fingertips. It hits his hands. And he drops it. So it's like, damn. What play I would have ran? Shout out to the stick route in college football. Wide space everybody out. Have my X receiver do a quick slant. So the man coverage, boom, it's there. Tight end, do a little stick route, little come like 2 steps, come back, he's there in the end zone. And then I'll make distractions. There's just 2 routes I'm looking for: the slant, quick slant, or my tight end. Other than that, everyone's just doing dummy routes. Or in the final drive, we ran the ball down their throats. Give Kendra Miller a chance to get 2 yards. So I don't know. It's a bad situation. We lost. Our faint pair of hopes alive. We if the Bucks or Falcons we need the Bucks and the Falcons to lose out, and then we win out. It's 3 games. We play the Bucks, so that helps. But the Falcons play the Panthers and the Bucks back to back weeks, so it's like fuck.
Giants.
Then the Falcons play the Giants this week, so it's like, yeah, it's tough. Probably not making the playoffs. It is what it is. But finish strong. We'll see where we go. We have the 10th pick in the draft, which is quite crazy. But we'll see how it happens. But good win, the Commanders. Good win.
I got nothing. I'm more like for Washington. I feel like it you kind of grateful that you escaped the win, but like you didn't play well. Where it's like you're not in denial, but like okay, like you definitely could have lost. Some say should have lost, and now it's like, well, like you got. I don't know who you play this week, but I don't want to say Philly.
Mm,
Is it Philly?
yes.
Like you got Philly at home, so might have been a look ahead spot. You like, oh, we 7-point favorites. Like this is the Saints. Like it's barbecue chicken. But I don't think if this is what you're thinking, this is what their mindset was. Like I don't think they're that level of a team that you can just overlook somebody. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! My fault. Elku, big Eagle fan in the spot. My fault. But speaking about to ask, yo, I was saying it since Thursday. We was playing Fortnite. I was like, yo, this is the shit we need. I was like, yo, we gonna win by the spread was 16.5. I ain't never seen a money line odd be minus 2,000 before in NFL. College football happens all the time, but NFL is crazy. But Lamar, he rarely loses back-to-back games. And then off a bye, Lamar barely loses off a bye. So it's like those two elements right there. And plus, Mama Jackson was on his ass. You saw early, like this is what happened. So when he stiff armed the dude, like honestly, it honestly could have been worse. But he fumbled in the first or second drive. I want to say the first drive, we was driving up down the field, and then Lamar makes a great route. I said great run, and then get punched out. But that's because of Flowers. Flowers wasn't blocking the guy, and the guy that he wasn't blocking ended up getting the forced fumble. That's why you can't give up on a play. But then we calibrated, defense locked in still, and then Jackson 5. Now, he was like, oh, who's MVP? Obviously, I'm going to say Lamar Jackson. But I understand why people say it's Josh Allen. He's playing extremely well. But Lamar Jackson is like 100 yards for being the all-time leader in rushing as a quarterback. He just hit 6,000. He's going to throw for 4,000. And maybe, depending on how it looks, he might run for a K. He might. So he'll be the first person to ever throw for 4,000 with maybe 40 touchdowns and then run for an extra 1,000 yards as well. Or at least 750. That's elite. Now, the Raiders loss, I can definitely, that loss was bad. The Browns loss was bad. That was mainly on the defense, though. Jameis cooked them. Chiefs lost week 1. That happened so long ago. And then the Pittsburgh loss was, they lost. The defense stepped up. Our offense was ass that game. Henry fumbled. Lamar threw a pick. That kind of shit happened. I'm trying to remember who the 5th loss was. Oh, Philly. Our offense was inept. Shout out to Elko. They beat us that day. But if we go 12-5, win the division, and the praying of the Patriots, JR, if you're listening, if the Patriots can somehow upset one time, Actually, honestly, this week, if the Patriots could beat them this week and we beat Pittsburgh, then you can say Lamar Jackson because then instead of 2 games behind, it's 1 game behind. So you're like, oh, like record? What's the record when they lost to the Patriots? We lost, like, you feel me? So like, and then we beat Atlanta Head. You know what I'm saying? Like, throw it in there. And then the Jets. Yo, Aaron Rodgers, if you got a couple more vintage performances in you, I need another one. I need another one. But I don't know, man. I was happy we won. I was saying, hey, first win the game. Then I wanted Henry to score a touchdown, but he didn't. But I'm like, okay, let's just cook offensively. Let's lock down defensively, and in the fourth quarter, sit Lamar. And that's exactly what happened. So now we're rested. We're ready to go to the hosting Pittsburgh. If we lose, the division's theirs. But if we win, we still have a chance. So let's go. So happy.
That's it. Boom. Bengals beat the Titans to keep their playoff hopes alive. Things shook out the way they needed to in terms of the wild card. I seen something again. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, I'm on everything. Joe Burrow is pissed. He is pissed. He's like, bro, we should have been beating these dudes by 40. They had at one, I think they had 12 penalties for 120 yards. That's not good. That's coaching. And again, I've said this for a while on Zach Taylor on the hot seat. Think he should be fired. But I get Zach Taylor made it to the Super Bowl, but yeah, because he had Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Like, he had an offensive like juggernaut of like the big three. So it's like, yeah, you should make a Super Bowl, but you haven't won one. And last couple years hasn't been good. Injuries aside. Titans fight hard. Titans fight hard. They always do. They fight hard. They make things happen. They make things scrappy and gross for everybody who's played them. Bengals got to lock in. They got the Browns this week. We know how the Browns are going to feel. I'm probably going to bet on the Bengals because, again, it's DTR starting versus Jameis. But would I be shocked at all if Cleveland's defense, Myles Garrett, harasses Joe Burrow? I won't be shocked at all because it happens literally all the time. Every time the Browns play the Bengals, and the Bengals are like a big favorite, what happens? Cleveland wins. Why? Because, again, in the AFC North, you know this better than anybody. You throw records out the window, and you want to, especially if they're in the playoff hunt. Oh, we trying to play spoiler.
You're not. No. They just that petty.
You're a toxic ass division.
We are definitely a toxic ass division.
What are you talking about?
I first of all, it should have been like 44. Like the extra 7 points because the guy fumbles 6, but he drops it after 1. Dumbass thing. But Joe Burrow did not play well. Like people think, they won by 10, but it's to the Titans, like Will Levis got benched. Mason Rudolph still dropped. Like that combination of the two dropped 27 on you. Like I can't take y'all seriously. Like y'all fucked around and now you're finding out. Now you need this to happen. You need like a 12-leg parlay to happen just to have a chance to make the playoffs. Which, I mean, hey, the Chargers lose out or the Broncos lose out. It's a possibility. But you can't be the same record as the Chargers or Ravens. We got the head-to-head, and then the Chargers got the head-to-head. So you have to.
You need the Broncos to lose.
You need the Broncos. That's the team that you need to lose. So we'll see, but it's not looking good. But if they do get in,
yeah, they're scary out for anybody.
they are. It would be 100% a scary out if they were to make it, because that offense is just it's explosive. Didn't really watch this game a lot. The main thing is James Conner. James Conner cooked the Patriots. Now, would I be secretly rooting for the Patriots? Yes, absolutely. This week against Buffalo, I need y'all to hold it down for the kid. But Drake May just he has the highs and lows, like regular rookie stuff. But Cardinals defense is very opportunistic and it made it difficult. And when they commit to the run game, it makes college jobs so much easier. He actually got hurt a little bit and came back. It's like, okay, but I don't know. Losing 2 games in a row to Seattle definitely hurts their chances. Like if they had split, they would be 8-6, but now they're 7-7. So now they need Seattle to lose out, Rams to lose out, to even have a chance of winning the division. Then they need like because the command again. I mentioned earlier, the Commanders win, mad teams are done because they'll have 10 wins. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes, man. But shout out to the Cardinals keeping their hopes alive.
Yeah. Didn't watch this game. There was not many games in the 4 o'clock window we cared about. There was three that we like focused on, but like this one didn't really care about. Cardinals took care of business as they should. Patriots help out their draft pick. Hey, Travis Hunter to New England. Who says no? Who says no? They need a lot more than just Travis Hunter, but he can help. Shout out to him winning the Heisman. Bo Nix struggles. I think he threw 3 picks. Bo Picks is back. But the Broncos still win 31-13 because their defense is hellaciously good. And on top of that, Anthony Richardson he threw a pick. I think he had 2 picks, a fumble. Jonathan Taylor, oh my, 2 times in one day with this fumbling outside the end zone crap. Like, bro, make sure you're in the fucking end zone before you celebrate, bro. Hold it until you get in. Hold it until you cross the line and then hand it to the ref, bro. Like, unless you have a celebration plan with like teammates, I don't even know, don't even care. Nothing good comes after you just dropping the ball. Just dropping the ball with nothing, no resistance, no nothing. I understand if you're trying to dive into the end zone because you're trying to get the angle. That's fine. That's understandable. But full on just dropping the ball for no reason, just does not fathom, does not compute. Then that bizarre ass trick play, pick six that the Colts tried to run. Like, just the Colts are a bad organization. I think they are technically eliminated. They have a small chance, but essentially are eliminated from playoff contention. Um, just they had a chance. They had this game. They were winning at one point, and then the Broncos defense said, "All right, let's flex on them," and boom, carried. So Broncos, they're tough out strictly off the defense powers alone. But Bo Nix can't be throwing 3 interceptions and thinking that his defense is going to bail him out. That's not how it works.
Yeah, I think this definitely was a look ahead because they got the Chargers Thursday night, but they got it done. That's what good teams they bounce back. But I definitely think that if Jonathan Taylor doesn't do that fumble thing, it's honestly a rout in Indy's favor because like
That was the momentum that they needed. Yeah.
that was like they got bailed out, and then they're okay. Like now it's like actually not try, but it's like let's lock in. Um, bro, this dude Nick Batonio, bro, like underrated. No one really talks about him, but he's doing his thing. Double digit sacks, multiple touchdowns as a defensive player. Patrick Surtain got another interception. That's honest. He's honestly my defensive player yet. Patrick Surtain is amazing. Like I don't even know what's the odds are right now. I can't check it, but like Nacho's checking. Thank you. But I think like if it's not him, it's either him, T.J. Watt. That's pretty much it. Those are the top two in my eyes because no one else impacting winning and like good stats. Those two are the first that comes to mind. Fred Warner, if the 49ers would have won more games, for sure he would be in there too. But I don't know, man. I think those the guys. All right. I'm gonna move on until last night you find us.
TJ Watt is minus 160. Pat Surtain is plus 340. And Nick Bonito is plus 650.
So those are the top three.
Yeah.
There you go. Like no one talks about him in the national media, But because no one see defensive player of the year is so like unglamorous. Like no one cares about it. Everyone cares about offense and who's the MVP, who's offensive player of the year. Like that's the conversations that they like. I like defense. I'm like, who's offensive player of the year? So TJ Watt, if like maybe he don't play against Baltimore, definitely hurts his chances a little bit.
If he doesn't play it his last couple of weeks, then Pat Surtain probably might win it because every game the Broncos play is essentially a playoff game.
Yeah, because they got fucking
They got the Chargers, they got the
Chargers,
Bengals, and
the Bengals, and the Chiefs. So hey, love it a lot. Josh Allen with another MVP performance as the Bills beat the Lions. Now, here's my problem, right? Here's my gripe. Josh Allen had the same stats, less passing yards, but pretty much the same stats against the Rams, but increase in playoff odds after a L. Jared Goff had damn near 500 yards of total offense with 5 TDs in the same kind of L, but his odds go down. The narrative is crazy. The agenda, man, that Josh Allen needed to get one. That agenda is going crazy. So now that's why I'm praying on the Patriots or the Jets or both.
you say the agenda, but he's deserved one in the past. Like
Yeah, I get it, but like, dude, like now they're making it like obvious. Oh, we fucked up. But like when though? Last year? No. Man's had 18 interceptions last year. He had a good stats, but like he led the league in turnovers.
true.
So like last year's MVP, maybe not Lamar, but I'm not giving it to Allen. Maybe could have given it to Dak, but regardless. And then I think he got a second place because Aaron Rodgers had won one in 2020. Other than that, bro, I don't know. But this year he's playing amazing. But one thing that's going over a lot of people's head because they see, oh, Allen with 48 and 44, they allowed a lot of points. They allowed a lot of points. Like their defense is definitely breaking. Like now, who you played? You played the Rams with Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and Kyron Williams. Then now you play Detroit with Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams. David Montgomery goes down for the year, so now it's on Jahmyr Gibbs to carry the load. Now it's a tall task, but the shift in the game was the onside kick with 12 minutes left. Why? Like why? Like I get being aggressive. Fuck, I don't punt. If it's like 4th and 2, I'm not punting. I get it, but like, bro, you don't trust your defense. You don't trust your dogs.
You don't, bro.
Like they're injured out the wazoo. I get it, 100%. But man, you gotta like you give them short fields time after time. Well, not time after time, but you try to go offside kick. Mac Hollins catches it and books it to the red zone. Versus you kick it off and maybe because prior to that it was they punted, then a field goal, then the red zone touchdown. And it's like, dude, you had opportunities to clearly keep it in the game, but you got too nervous and you got scared, and now here you go. Now Minnesota is a game they're right next to you. They're right next to you. So now if they went out, including playing Detroit in the last game of the season,
Which I'm calling now. It's either going to be that game or Rams Seahawks as the Sunday night football game.
oh, it's probably going to be Detroit.
Yeah, there could be a chance for the 1 seed
For the
essentially.
1 seed,
But if winner of the Rams Seahawks game gets in the playoff as the 4 seed, so it's one of those two games I'm calling as like that's like the de facto playoff game. Like it's going to be the Sunday night football game. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
Gino got hurt though, so they ain't trying to see an injured.
true.
They ain't trying to see an injured quarterback.
Yeah, they just had Seattle on it. Like, oh, maybe they can make something happen. Nope.
Yeah, no. So
It couldn't make
I don't
sense.
know. Detroit, man, injuries is hard to overcome. Like they started off so hot, and everyone was loving them. And now everyone's crucifying the coach for doing the same thing he did against the Packers. Because that ain't work, and then he lost. Then what? But y'all love him, right? That's y'all guy, right? I've been on his ass the whole season. Like, yo, you can't be too aggressive all the time. But yet they winning games, so everyone's like, oh, shut up, Shabazz. You don't know what you're talking about, Shabazz.
I don't know if they're gonna say shut up, Shabazz, but I think that they hmm because both teams have the same issue where they can score with the best of them, but like outside of like because it was like the Bills from start to finish essentially they only had two stops to drive to punt it once and a missed field goal. Every other drive they had was a touchdown. So it's like damn, but or touchdown or a scoring drive. For the Lions, they just started off slow. They got a three and out, and it's like, damn, you're already behind the eight ball because you knew Buffalo was going to go down the field and score. And then you got another three and out, and it was like 10-0, like in a blink of an eye. So it's like, you just hate to see it. Just genuinely hate to see it. Um, I think next. Um, I just think both teams are flawed. Both teams are, I think, remind me, and this might be sacrilegious to say, but this reminds me of like greatest show on turf vibes. Both teams, where they can score with the best of them. That 2000 Rams team, awesome. Hell, 2011 Saints, 2014 Saints, this year's Bengals can score with the best of them. If you can't get a stop when you need it most, that's going to be your downfall. And both of these teams have the issue of, yeah, the Bills not as much of defensive injuries. They just don't have a good defense. But like the Lions, they have to play perfect ball, especially in the playoff, especially in the playoffs. Now again, the next couple of games, what do they got next week? They got the Bears off a loss. They're gonna show up and show up. Like they're gonna punch him in the mouth and not look back. But again, I think the last 2 weeks is Packers. No, they're it's Vikings, and then another team that's like fine again. Point is, they gotta find a way to I don't know get healthy, sign some guys off the street. Week 17 is at Niners, so it goes Bears at Niners and then the Vikings. So we'll see. Quick Bucks dominate Chargers 40-17. This game, man, Chargers did not show up at all. Like they were winning in the first half and then did not make any adjustments for a Jim Harbaugh team, which I was thinking, oh, they have, great quarterback, great coach, thinking they're gonna make adjustments. They just lost a competitive game against Kansas City. But man, I was Tom Brady. Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans, they love each other, bro. That's his best friend. He's like, fuck it. Mike Evans down there somewhere. And I think he might get to his
I was
1,000
gonna
yards.
say, do you think he? I was gonna ask you, do you think he gets 1,000?
I don't know his stat is right now. Let me look at his stats as I talk. But I just was disappointed. That's really what I was. I was disappointed in the Chargers. Like they have this great quarterback who just can't seem to, hold on, where is he? Where is he?
He
Where is
got
he?
749.
What am what?
749 with three
That's why
games
I'm
left.
looking at reception total, like a tree head.
He could get it.
740, 744, 749. He needs 250 yards essentially in 3 games.
80 yards a game, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
They got Dallas who can't stop anybody. So we'll talk about
And
that.
Trayvon out for the year. Yeah, I think he can get it. I think he can get it.
He probably can get it. But Bucks dominate them. Like there's no from the second half on, it was a route. It was a route, and the Bucks had literally could do whatever they wanted. through the air. They didn't run the ball, just through the air. Baker Mayfield playing ball out. He balled out and made it happen.
Yeah, I think Tampa. I'd rather Tampa than Atlanta, just for like not to play. I'd rather play Atlanta, but for Tampa Bay, like they're peaking at the right time, and they're like the defense is getting better, and their offense. Once Mike Evans came back, it's like okay, like we got your number one receiver, you're good. That's all you need. So uh I think Colin Cowherd said no one wants to see any parts of Tampa Bay. So especially if they host a game, if they're hosting at Tampa, oof, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, because who would be right now the 5 seed
Minnesota.
Minnesota?
That'll be a
Right
good matchup.
now, right now they're the 3 seed and they host Green Bay.
Oh, Green Bay.
Yeah,
That'd be I would
because Bucks and Rams have the same record right now.
all right. That'd be a good matchup. We'll see. We'll see. But Steelers offense struggles as Eagles win. Shout out to El Cool. I needed multiple things from this game. I needed the Eagles to win, first off. I needed also AJ Brown to back up the passing allegations or accusations and mended friendships that Graham was talking about. They didn't even need to run the ball for real. They didn't. Like Steelers back and got cooked. Devontae had 100 yards. AJ Brown had 100 yards. Both had touchdowns, and it was just ugly. Like it was just bad. And then when they needed to run the ball, that's what they did. Like, to broke the clock. That's what they did to Saquon. Now, can Baltimore repeat that? I hope so. Um, Philly, I don't know. I feel like it's not really about Philly. It's more about Pittsburgh. Like George Pickens not being there, as the title says, that their offense struggles without him because you don't have that guy consistently that can go get 50-50 balls. Like no, like Calvin Austin was their leading receiver. Like he's cool, he's good, but he's not George Pickens. So like hamstrings, he got like they say, oh, it's not about the best team sometimes, it's about who's the most healthy. Like 17 game seasons are a huge war of attrition. So now I wouldn't be surprised if his hamstring magically healed up to play Baltimore. I would not, because but and then also TJ Watt got hurt in the fourth quarter. It was like, and the downside of playing on like because we played at 1, they played at 4 o'clock, and it's like damn. So that's less time to recover. But they was in like a couple hours away from each other, so it wasn't as bad. But like that's still 3 hours of extra rest that you could have had. But no. Um Philly played well. I think Saquon's out the MVP because I don't think he's gonna get the 2100. But we'll see. We'll see. But did huge shout out to Philly though for winning.
I got nothing else. There, I picked Pittsburgh for the simple fact I just thought Mike Tomlin was to find a way to stop that, stop Saquon, and he did stop Saquon. But then all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts wanted to throw back time to Alabama. Like, all right, I can actually throw the ball down the field. That's it's just it's not a shame. I'm happy for him, but it's like damn, like the one time I bet against Philly, they want to start looking like the greatest show on turf. Like fuck them. But respectfully, of course, they're a good team. They're one of the best teams in the NFL, especially in the NFC. And I just don't trust them in the playoff. Something that's Nick Sirianni. We talk about not trusting Dan Campbell.
Oh yeah, no.
Like Nick Sirianni is gonna say or do something that's gonna make him lose. It's gonna be sad. Speaking of sad, just Seahawks, man. What happened? The fall from grace. You had just beat Arizona. You're leading the division, and all of a sudden you lay an egg at home. Like Packers didn't even have to do much. Like they didn't have to do much. You guys just roll over. Josh Jacobs. We talk again. We talk about him on the show because we know ball. But like, bro, he's one of the best free agent acquisition at running backs this season. This season, it's like damn, like Geno Smith getting hurt, not great. Couldn't stop the run, couldn't stop any like Seahawks defense that was playing well with Mike McDonald leading the charge. It's been awesome the last couple of weeks. Let's say last half of the season, but just couldn't stop Green Bay. And I think Green Bay gets their first win over a team with a winning record this season. So I gotta give the Packers credit. I didn't think that they would win because they don't play against good teams. But I was wrong. They made it happen.
They just dominated. Like they just ran the ball. Uh, like Jordan Love, second half season has to be studied because he plays so well. He doesn't turn the ball over, and I think that's coaching as well. Like Matt LaFleur just like tries his best to reel him back in, and that's the beauty of having an offensive head coach. When when you go on those like the Goblin match when it's hitting, like you need that offensive minded coach to reel you back and to keep you steady. And also running the ball with Josh Jacobs doesn't hurt either. So like Seattle's defense prior to this game had been playing well in their 4 game winning streak, but there's levels. There's levels to it. Because who they played? They played the Jets,
Cardinals twice.
Cardinals twice, and then the Niners. So it's like this was their first, not first true test, but like this is like after the Rams, like Packers and then Detroit. So now they play Minnesota. It's like wow, like we got it. There's another offense that can actually go crazy. So like Seattle has a tall task. Matt, what's good, baby girl? What up, gang? I don't know, man. Seattle is rough because they end the season with the Rams, which you mentioned earlier. That might be like for division, like last game because they both need it. So we'll see, but I'm not confident. Monday night, Vikings put belt to ass on the Bears, which I love for multiple reasons. One, cause
Vindication!
like Caleb Williams, bro, does too much. He's doing too much. He had Roma Dunze wide open. Remember, really similar to play with when I was playing college football earlier. I had Square wide open, and I could have been pulled the trigger, but I didn't, and I threw an interception. Like this man, just he thinks he's at USC all the time. Like, no, you're not. And then when the one of the only times they got into like the goal to goal was when they were running the ball. But then they fucked it up by giving Caleb the ball instead of just pounding it on Minnesota. It's like, dude. But then, like Minnesota's offense can definitely overwhelm you because Justin Jefferson, he even dropped a touchdown, and they still cooked because Addison's coming into his own. Aaron Jones is running the ball extremely well, and then that defense is gonna like they were like, oh, last game was close. Let's not make that. Let's not make that same mistake. Let's not make them close. Let's put belt to ass, and that's what they did in prime time, at home, not new, but alternate uniforms, and they played for Randy. So like all those elements, like the Bears were not winning that game.
So you say that Caleb does too much, but like throughout this 8 game losing streak, he has no picks, right? So he's not doing what you did. You know, he's not throwing interceptions in the end zone. But that's the problem. It's if he was if he had like 250, 275, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, and they lose. Would you be more okay with that stat line than what he's been having?
Absolutely.
And most people would, because that's a rookie stat line. Having let's go 60% completion, like let's say it goes 20 for 30 for 245, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Like that's a fantastic stat line for a rookie. One, because again, it shows like he's willing to throw the ball down the field. Their issue, the Bears' issue, is that they start fucking slow every single game. These last 8 weeks, they have started slower than molasses. It's like watching paint dry. They can't get going. This game was 13-0. And then all of a sudden, they had a one good drive, had a chance to score a touchdown, make it 13-7. Then they fumbled the bag. They fumbled it. Uh, the guy didn't illegal substitution. He doesn't declare himself eligible. It's whatever bullshit excuse you can get. And again, it's a rookie coach, but still, like it's a rookie coach. But it's like, damn, like you hate to see it. You really hate to see it. Rookie coach, rookie quarterback. They don't know what he's doing. They don't know what they're doing. It, when I came into the season, I said Caleb is going into the best situation.
Mm-hmm.
Weapons wise, yes. Coaching wise and culture wise, no. And they're officially eliminated from the playoff. And it's just damn. Just that's all I can say is just damn. Like Vikings could win. Uniforms look sick. They need the Lions to stumble once. And they hell, if push comes to shove and they both keep winning, that game week 18 could be for the one seed. So it's interesting. Minnesota is crazy in a rebuild year. Get it, hey, the Broncos in a rebuild year with a rookie quarterback, and the Vikings, who's supposed to have a rookie quarterback, have Sam Darnold. That's why I say this all the time. The NFL is the greatest reality TV show, man, of all time.
Commanders too.
Commanders with a rookie. Well, I'm more talking about the fact that like the 12-2, like have a chance for the one seed. Yeah, of course the Commanders are great, have a chance to make the playoff and stuff like that too. But I'm generally just like, damn. In a rebuild year where they shed cap, they got rid of old guys. They're like, oh, you know what? We're gonna start the rookie and see what happens. Plans change. Start Sam Darnold, and then boom, here they are. Like that's just like you can't write that shit better. You can't write that shit better.
Right.
And in the last game of the show, like fucking Raiders, man, fucking Raiders. I didn't even watch the game. I was so exhausted. Shout out to Shabazz. I was exhausted playing. Like I was exhausted. Fell asleep. I wake up to see the Raiders had a chance to steal a win, steal it. Like it's not even a Saints level of still like, oh, we went for two to try to get the win. No, they had a chance to score a touchdown, extra point. Let's go home, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. But no, the Raiders raided themselves. Kirk struggled again. This is like what 6 weeks in a row of bad play. To the point he got benched. Shout out to Michael Penix, who I wanted the Saints to draft so bad. I wanted us to draft him so bad. Man, if he was, oh my God, if he was a Saint, I would have bought his uniform. I would have bought a jersey off rip. I love me some Michael Penix, man. I think he's going to be great. Falcons are in a fucked up spot now because they pay and owe Kirk all this money, and Michael Penix comes in and makes things happen. Like, what do? You can't just release Kirk because that's dead money. So who knows? Kirk struggles. Falcons beat the Raiders. They were supposed to beat the Raiders. They ended up covering too, which is crazy. So, yeah.
I did not watch this game. I don't care for this game. I'm glad that I agree with you. I'm glad Michael Penix is starting. I think that he should have started against the Raiders, especially with Max Crosby being out for the season. Perfect opportunity to see what and then plus shout out to Bijan finally hitting the K. So shout out to him first in his career. It makes you think with Bijan, if the Lions had picked up Bijan instead of Jahmyr Gibbs, would they be as successful? I think Jahmyr Gibbs is at this point better. He's better than Bijan. And it's like,
Well,
dude,
I think it's situational too. It's like
both
Ben
have good.
Johnson's awesome versus who was offensive coordinator for the Falcons.
I think Raheem, but
He was a head
regardless,
coach, but like Arthur Smith was his offensive coordinator for like 2 years. Well, for
who's
1 year.
run dominant.
But trying to get the ball to fucking what's his name? Not who was on the fucking Johnu Smith, who again is balling out in Miami right now. But it's like in fourth and third down, 3rd and 1, you're gonna do a wide receiver screen to Johnu Smith and Cordell Patterson. It's like,
That's true. I don't know.
but I apologize for stepping on that. My fault.
I don't know. I feel like both are great. Like the league's in good hands, right? The leagues are in good hands. Penny starts. I just did a claim on waivers because here's what I got in fantasy. Fucking Tua against San Francisco. I don't know. CJ Stroud against the Chiefs. He might get killed by Chris Jones. And then Geno against Minnesota. Geno's hurt. So I don't know. I need a quarterback. So I'm like, oh, young boy Penix against the Giants at home. Feel me? Put up with a Penix 5. Like, hold on.
The
Save my
Penix
season.
5 is crazy.
Save my season. Word. We'll see, man. But I don't know. I just think that, like, as we get into the late stretch, like, difficult decisions have to be made by every team. Like today, the Ravens and Deontay Johnson was like, all right, you don't need to come back. We're not going to cut you, but you don't need to come back. It's a difficult decision for sure. But I think it gives room for Tylen Wallace, for Tez Walker, for bum-ass Aguilar to do something. And you think, hey, Falcons, Kirk, we appreciate what you do, what you've done, but you're the reason why we lost a lot of those games. That 4-game win streak, we had no touchdowns. Should have lost yesterday to the Raiders. But the Raiders protected their tank to get your door. It's like, love it. What are we doing? Keep on throwing interceptions. Now, if they throw Penix in and he struggles, do you pull him? Or do you, like, what do you do? Because that's the dilemma.
It's tough. You're still in a playoff. You're still in the division race.
You're still in the division race. Now, if the Rook can take what he's learned by watching and not going out in there, being a rookie, like on some Lamar Jackson rookie year type shit, and carry the load and lose close in the playoffs, I'm all for it. Or even say, fuck it, depending on who you play. Because, new energy, defense plays better. So we'll see. We'll see. Use some athleticism, get out the pocket, do a little something, man. Hey, man. I'm here with it all, man. But that does it for week 15. Tomorrow we'll be discussing week 16. We got some Saturday games. Oh, so excited. Hopefully you can watch it. I don't know you'll be at the brunch, but
Bro, I got college football playoffs is on Saturday. It's what Steelers? It's Steelers Ravens at 4:30, and it's Chiefs Texans at 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably be watching college football. I'm try to have the college football playoff games on.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
I'll make it work. I'll figure out a way. I'll finesse.
Copy. But that does it for week 15. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Tell a friend and tell a friend. See you guys tomorrow at 8:30 where we discuss week 16. Game analysis, get some parlays, the whole jazz. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or X, I'm Shabazz. That's Nanny Baptiste. We're the BaptisteBros. Live life's in the 4 F's and a V. Faith, family, food, football, and
Vindication.
And again, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 8:30.